Hello, buddy. Today's message is brought to you by me. This is the oldest version of Dawson that has ever existed, and the youngest Dawson that will ever exist again. at least in chronological time. I've got a message. A message brought to you by this version. You know what that message is? Dude, you know what growing up is? It's constantly, it's having to actually say no. Dude, growing up is having to actually say no. God damn it. You know, they say that you don't, you've probably heard this before. They say you don't become a parent. It doesn't become apparent to you until you become a parent. Or you don't know, you'll find out when you're older. Wait until you have kids. This kind of thing. Well, you don't actually need to have kids to grow up. You don't actually have to have kids to have a kid. Dude, you just gotta kind of pay attention to the own inner workings of your own mind. You'll find a kid in there. You'll find the kid in there. My kid constantly wants shit. Constantly wants things that aren't aligned with my ever-growing, grown-up, adultish goal setting. Like, there's a little kid in me, and then there's more of an older kid in me, the hustling kid inside of me. And the little kid in me, he's constantly up and at it about instant gratification. Means of getting happier from doing the cocaine sort of, fuel-injected instant gratification. Oh, let's go buy something. Oh, let's go get this thing. Oh, if there's a material object out there, if there's a freaking Indiana Jones sacred valuable object, we could just go steal it. We can go get it. We can grab it. And then there's an older version of me. He's on the corner with the BMX bike and a beanie. And he's over there chewing bubble gum with his buck teeth. And he's like, yo, we making moves tonight. That's for certain. And he's out there trying to build some shit. He's on that delayed gratification. He's building a goddamn empire. And so I'm putting my money on that kid. And because I've done such that kid has become the older brother. He has become the mob boss to the little kid inside of me, the one that's all about instant gratification. And so what that has come with is I've had to say no so many freaking times to so many freaking things. And it's not even just the things that you'd think. It's just about everything. It's like, what I've recognized is if you want to take your life anywhere, that means there are so many things that are going to come into your life that you have to deny. Because we are porous entities. Things will try and inseminate themselves into our lives from every dimension possible. In front of us, next to us, to the side. Something orthogonal. Behind us, below us, above us. Everywhere there's going to be something that's going to try and get your attention and call you forth into it. And so if you have set out to discover some kind of mission protocol and to get something done, to manifest something in your life, they didn't tell you that you get there not by saying yes to the right things. You only say yes to one thing. You say yes to one thing, and that's to manifest your mission, to bring about whatever it is that you're trying to bring about. Everything else, to keep that thing in line, to keep that thing calibrated and whatnot, is just you making no decisions after another. All right, it's like in Beast games. How do you stay in the game? When he offers you $1 million, you say no. How do you win, Mr. How do you go on to the next round? Yeah, when he offers you 100,000, you say no. You have to go against your will of wills for the longest of times, and you got to do that time and time again, and you got to do that until you're raw. You got to do that until you're numb. You got to do that until you're questioning your own goddamn sanity, until you're unraveling, my boy. You got to do that until it hurts. You got to do that until you're wondering, oh my God, dude, I thought I wanted this, dude. If I knew that I would have to... Because it's like, you don't realize that everything is like withdrawing. Everything is like withdrawing from drugs. Everything is like removing yourself from the situation of substance abuse. You don't even realize that. You know, you have a goal to become the man, to become focused, and you know, just to be that Huncho Jack in your own life, to be a person of status, to be someone worthy of, well, everybody's worthy of respect, but I think you know what I mean. Just like upper echelon, just like what the hell, just like you walk with a different kind of aura. God damn it, you know, whatever. You know, to be that goddamn man in life. Every guy wishes to be that, you know, at whatever level they wish to be that. And to do that, I mean, you got to go through the shadow of the valley of death, or, you know, the night of the something, night of the dark soul, or whatever the fuck they call that shit. I mean, like, you have to go through that, and you don't even recognize, because it takes you on a journey where you get to see a lot of your own downfalls that you didn't even recognize to be things that you were addicted to. And all of these things, I hate to break it to you, but all of these things are things that you'll find when you're on your level 1 thug shit. All right? You're not going to find someone who's on their level 50 thug shit doing the kinds of things that a level 1 thug would do. Okay? You just won't. They behave differently, they move differently. And on your leveling up process, you discover all these things, and you begin to clean up your act. You begin to get your act together. Things become, you start seeing the world through clarity. You start seeing the world through fresh eyes. You start seeing the world through non-negotiables. You see the world through wants, and you see the world through needs. You see the world through luxuries, and you see the world through what is essential. And more do you try and break your life down into these easily read shorthand processes, so you can live your life in such a way that everything is maximized. So you can live your life in a way where you don't have too much decision fatigue. Okay? You want to rid your life of decision fatigue, because you're going to be making decisions all the damn time. And so this is a message brought to you by the oldest current Dawson and the youngest Dawson that there is to be ever again. Because I'm goddamn present in the present moment. I'm about to go handle something that is orthogonal to my life's mission, essential to my life's mission, and then I'm going to go deny myself like a UFC fighter would deny water and food and nutrients, because they've got, because they got to cut weight for their upcoming fight. They got to drain themselves of water. They got to be dehydrated for a little bit to make weight, so they can go get that goddamn cheddar, son, so they can get that fucking goat cheese, so they can anyways, I'm just having a little fun here, being a little hyperbolic and exaggerating, but a lot of this is true. There's a little kid in you, and he wants a whole bunch of shit, and sometimes you just fall asleep and you just start listening to him, and he runs the show on you, and you're happy and you're all good when he's got a mission and you're just kind of throwing yourself into it. And, yeah. Find some kind of more difficult Lego set to work on. Find something that's going to take a little bit more time than just a few hours to kill before you're bored again and watching TV. Dude, you know, people recommend TV shows to me all the time. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm on go mode, baby. So, catch you later.